Hey guys, what's up? You know, I see electric pumps are starting to really take off. People are really paying attention to them. And maybe one of the reasons is because Trek came out with a new mini pump of their own. The Trek Air Rush electric pump. You can see it's a mini pump, right? It's not huge. And you know what? It's a pretty saturated market already, unlike Amazon, right? You've already seen me with an electric pump, right? We got this big, giant Fanttik, right? It's that, what is it, the X10 Pro? And this thing is a beast. You know, take this off, the sucker turns on, you can set everything on there, you can pump it up. This will pump up like car tires, right? You can pump up your car tires on this. I've actually done all four from this pump with one charge. The problem with this thing is that, well, it's a beast. It's heavy. This is heavier than your everyday pump, right? So you don't want to necessarily carry this around. Maybe if you're leading a group ride, or I don't know, maybe you're going on a giant ride and you've gotten a lot of flats before. You know, you want to bring something like this, right? Okay. You've also seen me with this thing, right? This is a portable electric pump, right? Best thing about this is it has a replaceable battery, right? It also has pretty good air volume. I mean, I can seat, you know, tubeless tire beads with this. I mean, it's great. It'll work for that. Thing, I've also set a bead with this, but you know what? It took a little bit of doing. It took a little bit of time. It took too much time. I mean, it was just to see if it could do it, but it's not a typical use case for something like this. This is really more for keep it in your car. So you're a little low on air, you could use this, right? Yes, it's great for that. It will do bicycles though. It does come with Prester and Trader. So, I mean, that's good. But again, it's too big, right? Well, now the Trek is involved. These things are, obviously they're blowing up, right? The Trek one is pretty neat. It's got some settings on there that are like, wow, this really was designed for a bike in mind. The problem is that it's like $100. Now, Amazon is flooded with tiny electric bike pumps, right, that do kind of the same thing, right? It puts air in your tire. Now, maybe sometimes they do a little bit different. Battery capacity is different. The user experience is a little different. But by and large, you can get a really good pump that's not $100 like the Trek one. So the Fanttik X10 Ace, right? This is a nice little pump. Again, this is about the size of the Trek one, right? So it's a small electric rechargeable pump. And it will do everything you need. And Fanttik, it's a, you know what? It's a known brand. It's a good brand. I've seen these at Costco, obviously Amazon, Best Buy, Walmart. It's all over the place. So it's kind of like a name you heard of. So I feel you can trust it. This pump is half the price of the Trek pump. And you know what? It works. We're going to put it through some tests. Let me show you some of the features and, you know, I guess some of the benefits, right? I mean, you can see right away it's got a nice little display, and you could set your pressure right there, right? There we go. We can set our pressure and you're good to go. So once the pressure is set, you're going to pop this into your wheel and you hit this button and it turns on. And you hear that? These things are loud. These things are loud, man. You can feel that. Oh, you feel that air. So it'll tell you what your pressure is in the tire, and it'll give you how much battery is left right there. Now you could pop it right onto a Presta just like that. You use this right here. Just pop it on there, you turn that sucker on, and it'll fill up. It also comes with an adapter right here, which, you know, I'm going to use the adapter so you can see the face. And I will say the one thing that the Trek has that I like that is better than this one is that Trek has got the gauge on the side. It's got the gauge and the buttons on the side. This one, the gauge is right here, right? You can't really see it. So if you're using this just like this, like handheld, and you got this against your wheel, you're not going to be able to see that. And I mean, I guess you don't need to see it because, you know, you set it already. It's going to stop when you get there. But what if you wanted to see it, right? So if you wanted to see it, you got to use the adapter. And you know what? It's pretty easy to use. It's threaded. You screw this guy in there just like this. And then, you know, Bob's your uncle. So we got that on there. There we go. Pretty easy, right? And it will thread right here. And now you can put this on your wheel and you could keep an eye on your gauge. And you can also hold it with, like, you know, just a couple fingers. Now they'll tell you, it says hot. You see that right there? Hot. You know what? They're not kidding. It is hot. This little pump, when it is running, generates a lot of heat. And you look through here, if you were to look through there, you'd see, you know, some of the fins in there to cool this sucker down. So it does get hot. And it got a little bit of like a slight rubbery coating here. You know, they, you know, keep you from burning your freaking hands. But it does get hot and it is loud. So let's test it out. Let's compare it to the big pump. Let's compare it to a small handheld pump. And we'll see, you know, let's see how many times we can use this before the battery dies. Let's give it a proper test, right? All right, let's check it out. We got a wheel right here. Make sure the air is out, at least, you know, kind of mostly out, right? Let's get it out. This way we can kind of duplicate this, right? So, all right, we got it air. You know what? That right there is as good as we're gonna get, right? We got all the air out. Let us try the big guy first. Here we go. We got this guy right here. Let's check it. It's got bar. We don't want bar. We want, there we go, PSI. We don't need that. Let's bring it to, oh crap, look, it only goes down to 26 in auto. Let's try motorcycle. Does it go down? No. Oh, it does have a bicycle. 44, that's like a road bike. 30, what the hell? Basketball, okay. We'll use the ball set. 16. Let's see, does that screw on there? Yes, it does. We got it on. Here we go. There we go, 16. Shuts off automatically. Nice. You can see it's still fully charged and we're all set. All right, so that took a little while, right? I mean, it kind of took longer than I thought it was going to take. All right, here we go. Let's let the air out again. I say 16 feels like a lot. This is not scientific, right? We're just kind of getting a feel for it here. We're going to flatten it out against the arm and the bench. And when the air stops flowing, we're good to go. All right, there we go. All right, let's put this one on now. All right, we got that screwed on there. We're going to have to set it for 16 though, right? All right, we hold that down. Turns on. 20, no good. There we go, 16. Set. Ready? Let's hit that button. Here we go. Wow, that is loud. There we go. Took a little bit of time there. You know what? It's not that hot though. All right, let's unscrew that. So we did it once, and you know what? We're still 4 bars. So not bad, right? I wonder how many times we could do this. All right, there we go again. You know what? It is a lot easier to use the little extension there than it is to hold it up against there, because then you're just screwing it on there and you don't have to like put pressure on it. But let's give it a try without this on there. Oh, you can feel the bottom of the hose, it's hot. All right, here we go. So that's 2 times and we're still at, oh look, we're down to 3 bars. All right, here we go. So we're gonna turn it on and then we're gonna push it up against there. So you don't need to use the hose. It's just, it's a little bit easier. I mean, I guess if you're on the trail and you're only gonna be doing this once or twice, then you can just hold it. I mean, it works. It doesn't have a pressure activated switch though. You have to hit that button. All right, there we go. That really wasn't so bad. All right, still 3 bars. So it's nice that this one actually lets you go down, like lower pressures, like for instance the 16 we're using here, whereas the larger one, it didn't. It just didn't. It has a bicycle setting, but it's really for road bikes with like super high pressure, and it doesn't go below 30, which 30 is kind of crazy on this. I mean, I guess if you're going to go ride like a hardpack trail or maybe, I don't know, a carriage trail or even, you know, a paved trail, maybe you want 30. But in general, 16 is 16's pretty good. It's not bad. Still going. Look at that, 2 bars. All right. Oh, look at it's flashing now. You see that? The one bar is flashing. I don't think that's a good thing. Let's see if we can kill it. Ooh, that's hot. It's getting hot. All right, let's see. That's it, just turned off. It's really hot. We got a flashing light and the screen turned off. That's it. 7 full refills from 0 to 16 psi. That's pretty good. That's not bad. I mean, this thing is not big. It is not heavy. And we got 7. So, all right. I mean, I think that's kind of remarkable. 29-inch, 2.3-inch tire. So, I mean, we did 7 full refills out of this little pump. It's hot as hell and completely dead, but I don't know. After 7, what are you doing out there still? I mean, you probably should be heading home. All right, let's weigh this sucker. 125 grams. That's not bad. Now let's weigh a typical mini pump. Here we go, aluminum construction mini pump. Put that on there. That is 95 grams. So 95 grams for this handheld aluminum pump, right? And 125 grams for this battery powered pump. Again, so we get 7 full refills. This one we get unlimited. This is, you know what, this is a pretty nice pump. You can see it's telescoping and, you know, it's got a locking ring on there. It's a nice pump. But using this compared to this is an exercise in frustration. I mean, let's give it a try. Let's pop this guy on there. Let's lock it and let's start. We are flying. Let's see, how are we? Oh, we are like nowhere yet. All right, enough. I think the point is made. You know that this thing kind of sucks compared to the battery powered one. So at half the price of the Trek, instead of $100, this thing is $50. It'll refill a 29-inch mountain bike tire 7 times before dying. That's pretty good, especially at only 125 grams. I mean, it's pretty amazing. This thing really does fit in the pocket, no problem, and it really works.